Get ready because you are about to feel like a HersheyPark expert over the next 15 minutes. With 14 different roller coasters, 75 rides and attractions, plus a huge free water park, a zoo, and so much more, planning a trip to HersheyPark can really be a stressful thing. But not anymore because you're watching my ultimate guide to HersheyPark. To start things off, let's go over everything you need to know while planning your trip. When is the best time to visit? From past experiences, I personally love visiting HersheyPark in May and September. Those are great weekends to visit, but just be sure to check out the park's operating calendar so you know when the park is officially open. I will say weekends in the summer aren't that bad either. It's going to be very hot, but if you're going for the water park, then that's a great time for you to visit. HersheyPark tip. Please remember that weekdays, except for Fridays, are the best days to visit HersheyPark. So if you're planning on going on a weekend, definitely expect larger crowds. Should you allow time for the boardwalk at Hershey? HersheyPark offers a free water park that is included with your admission. And if you're visiting when it's open, then I highly recommend checking it out. And if you go to the water park, then you have to check out Whitecap Racer, the park's mat racing water slide, and Breaker's Edge water coaster. HersheyPark tip. Their water park usually opens at park opening, which is very unusual for most parks because typically the water park opens around an hour or two after the main park opens. So once HersheyPark does open, head to the water park first and stake out your spot near the wave pool and then get in line for the water slides because those lines will get busy very quickly. And again, please trust me on this because if you do not do this and the weather's very hot, the water park will start to become very busy right around 11 a.m. How many days do you need at HersheyPark? Now, this park is really becoming a destination, and there's so much to see and do while you're visiting the park. And that is one of the many reasons why I love this place. I highly recommend checking out this video here where I share with you the 10 reasons why you need to visit Hershey for you to get an idea of just how much there is to see and do at any point of the year. So I recommend at least giving yourself a day and a half when you're planning on going to the theme park. HersheyPark money savings tip. Check out HersheyPark's free extra hours where you can actually get into the park for free for the last 2 hours of operation the day before you plan on visiting the park. Where are the best places to stay? If you prefer to stay on Hershey property, then you're really going to love your time at the Hershey Lodge, Hotel Hershey, and the HersheyPark Camping Resort. Now, if you'd rather stay at a non-Hershey hotel, then you're going to find a bunch of them within 10 minutes of the park. Money savings tip. Hotels in Hershey are usually crazy overpriced, so I recommend checking out the hotels that are located along 81 in this area. They will always be much cheaper, and the drive to Hershey is only around 10 or 15 minutes. Now here are my recommendations for you before you get into the theme park. You gotta download the HersheyPark app. I highly recommend doing this so you can use the interactive park map to find where the rides are located as well as the restaurants and restrooms. Trust me, it's only going to make your day better because HersheyPark's layout is very confusing. When should you arrive at the park? And my advice is to always plan to get to the parking lot at least 45 minutes before HersheyPark opens. Seriously, the walk from the parking lot to the main entrance is quite long. This will allow you time to unpack your car and walk to the front gate. And if you don't have a season pass or pay for the preferred parking, then this walk will take you easily 10 minutes. HersheyPark parking tip. I recommend, if you can, upgrading to preferred parking because this way you park here instead of here. And it's a heck of a lot closer to the entrance and exit of HersheyPark. Should you purchase a HersheyPark Fast Track? And if you're like me and you love to keep riding coasters all day long, then yes, I highly recommend it. It's worth it. However, with that said, if you're visiting during the week, then you should be okay without it and you'll be able to save some money. Weekends, yes, definitely it's a must. Remember, Hershey Park is a destination park. By purchasing a fast track, you'll get to ride so many more rides and coasters, so the value really is there. What to wear while you're visiting Hershey Park? I recommend wearing comfortable shoes, lightweight clothing, and some Keep Riding Coasters gear. Seriously, Hershey Park's terrain is very hilly and this park is very large. So be sure to check out keepridingcoasters.com to check out my comfortable and affordable merch. Now before we talk about everything you need to know while you're in the park, I want you to know that this video is designed to help you get the most out of your Hershey Park experience. And if you're finding this video to be helpful in any way, then all I ask that you do is please give it a like. That is by far the best way you can help support the channel, and I really do appreciate each one. Also, if you're planning a trip to some other major theme parks, then you have to check out some of my other ultimate guide videos as you see here. Hershey Park layout breakdown. The park consists of 7 different themed areas. Starting off with the first one, as soon as you walk through the front gate of Hershey Park. Welcome to Hershey's Chocolate Town. This is the newest area of Hershey Park, and it offers some must-see attractions that we're going to get to those very soon. Founder's Way will be the next area that you're going to explore once you visit Hershey Park. From there, you can either go check out the hollow area of the park, which happens to be my favorite area of Hershey, because that's where you can find rides like Sky Rush, Comet, and Super Duper Looper. Or you can head over to the Pioneer Frontier area of the park. And this is where Storm Runner is located, which is one of the best launch coasters that you'll ever get to ride. Midway America seems like it's the largest area of the park since it's just a long windy midway, but that is where Wildcat's Revenge is located, and trust me, you're going to spend some time there. And then you have the last dry park area, which is Kissing Tower Hill. And this is where you can find the park's Sky Tower, as well as their B&M inverted coaster Great Bear. For water lovers out there, you'll definitely want to check out the boardwalk at Hershey, which is wedged in the park as you can see here. Now you might be asking, why exactly am I breaking down the areas of the park for you? And that's just because Hershey Park offers a very confusing layout, and I've been lucky enough over the last 20 years to visit this place at least 15 different times. And believe it or not, I still get turned around to this day. So at least now you have a better idea of each area, and this will only make your day in the park that much better. Now I have to give a huge shout out to my buddies Richard and Zach for showing me around Hershey Park over the summer when I was there, and they visit this place like once a week. And they educated me on just how to have the best day possible at Hershey Park, a lot of different tips and tricks that I'm showing you on this video. Because after all, Hershey Park really is the sweetest place on earth. But now let's talk about the roller coasters. And I've been blessed to be able to ride over 400 different coasters in my lifetime, and Hershey Park really does offer one of the best overall collection of coasters in the entire world. From top thrill attractions like Sky Rush, Storm Runner, Wildcat's Revenge, and Candemonium, to the just plain fun coasters like Laugh Track, Lightning Racer, Comet, and Great Bear. If you love roller coasters, then you really need to visit Hershey Park. Now if you don't like roller coasters, then here are the top 5 must-ride family attractions. Kissing Tower. You're going to get a bird's eye view of Hershey Park and the surrounding area from 250 feet up in this family-friendly observation tower. The Ferris Wheel. This classic attraction takes you 100 feet above the midway for some great views of the boardwalk, Wildcat's Revenge, and Lightning Racer. Coal Cracker. As mentioned before, this log flume is just a must ride. Seriously, do it if it's open. I cannot recommend it enough. Twin Turnpike Car Ride. Everyone enjoys a classic car ride, and this one is great. The Hershey Park Monorail. You're going to enjoy around a 10-minute ride above the midways of Hershey Park, but the best thing about this is that you're sitting down, relaxing your legs while taking in the views. But the best thing about Hershey Park is there's so many great non-coaster rides that you have to enjoy. So I could not fit only 5 on the ultimate guide to Hershey Park. 2 other wonderful rides that you have to experience are the Sky View, which is the park's Sky Ride, and Reese's Cup Fusion, a great interactive shooting dark ride. HersheyPark for kids. The interesting thing about HersheyPark is that there really isn't a dedicated kids area, which is very unusual for your typical theme park. But that's okay because there are still so many rides and attractions that the kids will love at HersheyPark. And the best part is, just about every area of the park offers rides for your little ones to enjoy. HersheyPark water rides. Now, I'm not counting the Boardwalk Water Park for this, but HersheyPark does offer two great water rides. Tidal Force, the park's massive boat ride that creates, you guessed it, a huge tidal wave drenching everyone on the boat as well as spectators around the ride. And then Coal Cracker, one of the best log flumes here in America. Seriously, again, if you're visiting the park when it's warm out, you have to ride this epic attraction that is 50 years old. But the best part about it is you won't get that wet. HersheyPark shopping tip. If you want to grab a souvenir, the best place for one would be at the HersheyPark Supply Company, which is also the park's exit gift shop. Now, I cannot stress this enough. Try to stop in this gift shop in the middle of the day or as soon as you get to the park, over closer to the park close to avoid crazy long lines and a gift shop that is packed full of people leaving the park all at once. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Now, while you're enjoying HersheyPark, you're bound to get hungry. So where are the best places to eat? And my personal favorite is Spring Creek Smokehouse. And if you enjoy any of the following, which would be brisket, pulled pork, turkey legs, macaroni and cheese, and mashed potatoes, then this is where you're going to be eating at because it's phenomenal. The Chocolatier is a full-service restaurant that is practically an attraction all by itself. There is a reason why it's highly recommended that you make reservations a few days ahead just so you can enjoy this awesome restaurant. And if you enjoy chain restaurants, then Hershey has you covered with an in-park Chick-fil-A that is actually open on Sundays. Just kidding, it's not. But you also have multiple Chicky and Pete's locations as well as Subways throughout the park, and Nathan's Hot Dogs, a Starbucks, and a Moe's Southwest Grill. So if you're hungry, HersheyPark definitely has you covered. And while you're at HersheyPark, it's going to be hard for you not to want to indulge in something sweet. And luckily for you, everywhere around the park features something sweet. I personally recommend having a milkshake. Trust me, you'll love it. HersheyPark shows. While the park really is not known for their entertainment, if you're looking to see a show, then I recommend checking out the HersheyPark Dolphin Show. HersheyPark Special Events. This place offers so many amazing events all throughout the year, so I recommend checking out their website to see if you'd like to plan your trip to the park around one of these events. HersheyPark's slowest moving lines. If you're watching this to experience the following attractions and you are not going to have the HersheyPark Fast Track, then I recommend riding them within the first hour of park operation or the last hour before closing. On busy days, I would allow yourself at least an hour of time to experience the following attractions if you're not going to do it first thing once the park opens. Laugh Track, Reese's Cup Fusion, Wildcats Revenge, Storm Runner, and Fahrenheit. HersheyPark's tallest coaster, Candemonium, usually has a very quick moving line, but here's a tip that you need to know about. If you are not able to get to the park entrance before opening, then do not go to Candemonium first. Trust me, everyone else sees it first, and that's where they go. That's because it's the closest one to the entrance, and it's always going to have the longest line in the park up until late afternoon. And now for my final two HersheyPark tips. The first one is, take an hour out of your day and check out Zoo America, the park's walkthrough mini zoo. This is a separate ticketed attraction, but the good news is you get to walk around the zoo for free with your HersheyPark ticket. Another way you can save some money and experience both Hershey attractions. And my next tip is this. At some point during your day, you should experience Hershey's Chocolate World. This attraction is located just outside the park entrance and features some really cool free attractions inside. But the best part about it is you don't even need a ticket into the park to enjoy this. I highly recommend everyone enjoying the 5-minute dark ride on Hershey's Chocolate Tour, where you are able to see just how your favorite candy is made. Seriously, I cannot recommend doing this enough, but the best thing about it is once you get off the ride, you get a free piece of candy. And now, I have a serious question for you. Do you now feel like a HersheyPark expert after watching my ultimate guide to Hershey Park? Also, when is your trip to Hershey? And if you've been to the park before, what is your favorite ride there? Please let me know in the comments, and if you have any other questions about Hershey Park, I would love to help answer them for you. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to give this video a like, and of course, remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.